This is the part 2 and the conclusion of the story titled Understanding Courtship. Remember, in the part 1 of this story, we saw what Sister Rosemary was going through in the hands of Brother Joseph. Now the story continues. Sister Rosemary has come to let Brother Joseph to understand what has been going on in their courtship in case he failed to understand, and also to tell him her own stand in the relationship. Sister Rosemary told him that the reason for the courtship is for them to know if they will be together as husband and wife, but she has come to understand that he is just willing to get married, but he is not ready for marriage. Brother Joseph was like, no, I am ready for marriage. How can you say that I'm not ready for marriage? I am fully ready for marriage. He continued by saying that all his age mates are married, and for that reason he is old enough to get married. Sister Rosemary made Brother Joseph to understand that age is not maturity. She now told him to wait for her to analyze to him what has made him not to be ready for marriage. She told him that a successful marriage should exist between two people that are willing to follow God's instruction concerning marriage, not to follow their feelings or their emotions, and that one has to create relationship with God in order to understand what God is talking about in marriage. It is true that going to church, praying, singing and prophesying doesn't really make someone a child of God, because the Bible said that by their fruit you shall know them. But his own case is that he's not even interested in the things of God. He doesn't care about what God is talking about, even going to church. He reminded him last time that he came for them to go to church. He refused to go to church. And all the years she has known him, he has never gone to church or think about or talk about anything that has to do with God. And for that reason, he has not seen him being ready to understand what God is talking about in marriage. And from his attitude, he doesn't know what it means when God said, "Husbands, love your wives." Brother Joseph told her that it is not a must that he must be in church for him to know God. That church is in the heart. It's not by him going to church that has made him a child of God. And as for going to church, she should forget about that and give him another reason that has made him not to be ready for marriage. Sister Rosemary reminded him what happened one day and told him that if he cannot correct her in her little mistake and find it very easy to raise his hand to hit her in this relationship, what will happen when they are finally married? Because she is aware that marriage don't change people. Rather, marriage amplifies what people are. That if he can beat her in relationship, in marriage is going to be worst. She told him that God gave men muscles to protect their family, to protect their wife and children, and not to beat them up. That any woman that was beaten by a man in relationship and that woman failed to see the danger ahead and finally settles in marriage with such a man, that the woman did such at her own risk, that she will not be part of such bargain. She told him that keeping secret in relationship has never done good to any relationship. Rather, it will puncture the trust shared in such relationships. She reminded him that he has been locking his phones. He has been hiding his phones away from her. That each time she lays her hands on his phone, he will rush to grab the phone away from her. That any man that can password his phone and hide his phone away from his woman has something secret that he is hiding, and it is not far from betrayal and cheating. She went ahead to tell him that a man who sleeps with his girlfriend has no regard for God and God's instructions concerning marriage. And such a man will not understand that marriage is honorable in all and bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers God will judge, according to the word of God in book of Hebrews chapter 13 verse 4. And such a man will not understand that such act of immorality will bring in the hand of the devil to lay evil foundation in that relationship. And if they build their marriage on such foundation, it will definitely give the devil upper hand in that marriage, and he will mess up the marriage. And such act will shorten the hand of God from helping them. But he failed to understand that because he is not close to God. Sister Rosemary made him to understand that the worst man on earth to marry is a man who cannot show appreciation to his wife for the little things she has contributed in the house, even if he's raising up rug to sweep the under. She reminded him of his expressions the day she came to help him out in the house. She has washed the toilet, cleaned the rooms, swept everywhere, cooked food and done everything, washed his clothes, remaining only to wash the jeans which she wasn't able to wash. His reactions and attitude towards her that day made her to understand that he is not ready for marriage. After the whole information, Sister Rosemary stood up and told him that she doesn't think that this courtship will continue, that he is not the kind of man she wants for a husband. Brother Joseph still did not accept his faults. He was proving points, but Sister Rosemary has to leave him and walk away out of that courtship. Please, if you have watched this video, I will recommend you to go to the comment section. You will see a link to a video I titled Willingness and Readiness for Marriage. Watch that video, it will help you a lot. And please share this video. Please support House of the Sons Global by sharing this video. Someone somewhere needs to watch this video with you. I am coming up next with a video I titled Marriage Menu. Please follow us on this page and share this video, and see you next time. And don't forget, this is House of the Sons Global. Bye for now. Thank you so much for being here with us in House of the Sons Global, watching our videos. My phone number is on the screen, and I would love to hear from you. Please follow us on our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. And don't forget to share our videos with your friends, okay? And please, if you want to support House of the Sons Global financially, the account information is on the screen. Thank you so much, and don't forget, this is House of the Sons Global.